Hi friends, this is Vikram. Today I am going to tell how we can install Apache Spark into Windows. So just we can start now. What we have to do? We have to download the first Apache Spark. So there are a couple of the versions which is updated one as compared to the versions what you are seeing on the screen, that is Apache Spark 2.4.4. I'm going to make use of this one only, this version itself. You can make use of any other version also, like a 3.00 version preview, but I am going to make use of this one. So simply in the Google you type Apache Spark 2.44 download. You will get couple of the links over here. If you click any of the links like this index of dist one, then you will be able to come to get this page, or you can able to come to this page also, spark.apache.org. And from here you can see these are the different more updated versions which is related after upgraded versions for this 2.4.4. What you have to do, you have to click on the download Spark. Either you can download it from here or you can come to this location, and here you will come to see these links: Spark 2.4.4 bin Hadoop 2.7 tar.gz. So I'm going to download this one and will set up this one only. So only you have to click over here, click on this link. The file size is around 219. Once it is you will click this one, it is getting downloaded and will be into download folder of your machine. Just copy that download package, and I have created one folder that is known as the Hadoop directory inside my R. You can create with any name, put that folder over here. This, like this one, you will get the file. What you have to do, you have to extract this one with the any kind of the extractor which is available into your system. Once you extract this one, you will be able to get this folder like this. You can see here Spark 2.4.4 bin Hadoop. Okay, so you will be able to get these folders like this one. Then what is the next thing that we have to see? As we know, Spark can be working with the Scala, Java or Python. There are three different languages which the Spark is going to support. So what you can do, you can download the Scala also. So what you have to do, you have to, in the Google, you have to type Scala download. So most preferred versions for the Spark 2.0 version 2.4 is the Scala download 211.8. So you can click over here. You can be able to go to a particular link, and from this you can be able to download this SVT. Okay, and you will be able to get one software that on that software you just simply double click, you will be able to install that one. Once it is installed, Spark is installed, Scala is installed, what the next thing you have to do? You have to set the environment variable. So how you can be able to set it out? So simply right click on this My PC button over here, go to Properties tab, click on this Advanced System Setting, click on the environment variable, and here you can see this is the user variable and this is the system variable. So in this user variable only we are going to create the two variables. First variables I have created, that is known as the Scala, and this Scala, once I downloaded it, get installed into my machine over here in the program files, that is the Scala. So I have simply given the link of that Scala home. Just click OK. Now we will come to Spark. So for that Spark also you need to create the variable name as the Spark underscore home, and you need to give the location where Spark is present in your machine. In my case, it is present over here. As you can see, R Hadoop Spark. So you simply copy this location and give over here, paste over here, and click OK. So Spark and Scala home is set. Now one more thing, what you have to do, you have to update the path variables. So here you don't have to click a new one. You just search for this path, click on edit. Don't change anything over here. Let it be whatever it is present. Just let it be as it is. Click on the new. You will be open one new folder over here, and here you can see this is the two variables I set it over here: Spark slash bin, Spark slash sbin. These are the two things you need to set. This is the bin directory, which is having a lot of the commands related to Spark, and another thing which is related to the sbin, which is having the other daemons and other things related to the Spark. So these two variables you need to set over here, and apart from that, what you have to do, you have to select this, save the Scala bin also. Okay, so where Scala is present, in my case it is present into program files, and here I need to scroll down, Scala is present, and for this bin, so up to this link you copy it and set over here, nothing else. That's all, done. No more setting. Once it is done, what you have to do now? So yeah, as we know, Spark is not having its own kind of a storage. It is working with the storage of the SDFS, or it is working with the storage of the Amazon S3 and other buckets. So what we have to do, we have to install the Hadoop for this SDFS to get the storage, to provide the storage for the Spark. So how we can install the Hadoop? That earlier I have provided the video for the same, how we are going to install the Hadoop on Windows. You just prefer my video over there, you will be come to know. It's very easy. Now suppose your Hadoop is installed, your Spark, Scala all are installed. What the next thing you have to do? What are the things you need to consider? So from this window, start menu, you just simply open this PowerShell of the window. We are not going to pay for that command prompt and other things, because it's not recommended right now for working with the terminal kind of the command. So just open this Windows PowerShell and open this with the run as the administrator. You click over here and it will come to open. So this is how the Windows PowerShell, as you can see, it is open in the administrative mode. So before starting the Spark, we are going to start the Hadoop, which is already configured into the my machine. You can also configure by seeing my video. Let me start with the daemons, DFS daemons. This is the command. You need to wait a couple of the seconds. Let it be started. Okay. Don't do anything because we got this cell over here. Now we will start yarn daemons. Okay. As you can see, it is starting name, node manager and resource manager, and previously it has started the name node and data node. All are getting started now, as you can see in the preview also. We will wait for a couple of the second more. Let it get started fully. Once everything is started properly, okay, how we are going to see? So we will just execute this command jps. Okay, that is the Java processes running on this machine. Click enter. It will list all the daemons which is started into our machine. It is verifying in background. Now you can see it has showing the daemons like the node manager, name node, resource manager, data node, means Hadoop is running successfully now. So what are the things we have to take care now for working with the Spark? So simply here you have to type spark-shell.cmd. Again, wait for a couple of the minutes. It is going to start Spark shell. So friends, we can see here we got the Spark Shell successfully started, and the version 2.44 which we have used, and Scala version 2.11. So Spark Shell is running now. We need to just execute a simple command over here to see whether the Spark is working properly or not. We have one Scala command. So like we will read some data. Okay. So we will generate one list. So val l equal to what? What we are going to do? We are generating a number from 1 to 1000. Okay. To how we are going to generate? We are going to generate as a list. So dot to, and here we can say that we will get this method to list. Dot to list. Okay. Hit enter. If everything is working fine, you will be able to get these prompts, and what the commands you are executing, you will come to know that it's working fine. So if you want to further verify what are the available API into this Scala Shell, so L dot hit tab, it will list you all the available APIs over here. It means that our Scala and Spark is working fine with Hadoop. In next video, I will be able to cover more videos which is related to a Spark RDD creation and other things. So please be there, subscribe my channel for